All right, good morning and welcome to Daf Yomi Maseches Chagigah, Daf Dalid number 4. We have an exciting shir for you today, and as you know, we're learning Maseches Chagigah. Chagigah literally means celebration, and more specifically, it refers to the celebration of bringing specific karbanos to the Beis Hamikdash when you're Ola Regel. This is my Beis Hamikdash. So today, I brought in something special to show with everybody over here. This is portion of chopped liver. As you can see, there is no hechsher over here. It is not kosher, and I'm joking. I bought it from somebody who has a reliable hechsher. It is the liver of a chicken, I believe, not of a cow. I was asking my good friends today, Tzvi Kopchik, I don't know if that's his name, Tzvi and Itzik, they paskin that when you make alila regel, you're allowed to eat the liver of the cow. It's not considered one of the emurim that you bring on the mizbeach. Yoseres hakaveh, the flap of fat on top of the liver, that has to be offered on the mizbeach. But the liver itself, not chicken liver, beef liver, it's cheap stuff. You get the real stuff. Beef liver, you go to the mizbeach, you'll have real samachta b'chagecha, real celebration. Anyone who comes and subscribes to my shir and likes my shir for every day during Masech Chagigah, for the rest of the Masech Chagigah, they subscribe. I'll subscribe once, and you like every shir and you watch every shir in its entirety. You will come. You can claim a can. Can is what is this called? A jar over here of chopped liver. I will give you the chicken liver. Maybe one day I'll be rich enough to afford the beef liver. I'm drinking here a coffee, obviously, with milk. I am not eating the liver together. Again, we don't eat basar b'challah this year. But as long as you don't eat them, you can show them together. All right, let's start. Of course, we have Ian with Ben Sion today. If you didn't check out yesterday and the day before shir, I mean, they really were special shiurim. They really were really lamdish shiurim, really lamdish. They're, I believe, fit to be published in a sefer. You don't have to read a sefer. You can just listen to it. It's much easier. You can see my face. You can see me explaining it on YouTube. Where else can you get such an experience? Only on my channel, Ben Sion Lang. You'll never find something like this on social media, probably on the internet, even Torah Anytime will not have shiurim on this caliber. And therefore, check it out. I made a really big chiddush yesterday. Difference between the guf and the maisa, the gavra and the maisa. It's a lamdish chiddush, very big. And we have another chiddush today, even with Ben Sion. It will be a separate installment. All right, let's start from the bottom of Gimel and Beis, the last narrow line. Tana Rabban Ezu Shota. Mishnah says that a shota is one of those people that are putter from Olas Riyah for coming to Beis Hamikdash. What's considered a shota? This has ramifications for other halachos that a shota is exempt from. Someone who goes out by himself at night. Someone who sleeps in a cemetery. Someone who, for no reason at all, just decides to rip his clothing. Itmar. Rav Huna Amar Adshiu Kulan B'Basachas. Rav Huna holds you have to have done all three of them. Yochanan Amar Filu B'Achas Mehen. Even if you do one of them, that renders you a shota. Echidami. What's the case? The Gemara wonders. Either Avid Lahu Darech Shtos. If the guy's acting when he does any of these things, he acts in an insane manner. He starts saying crazy things. He acts like a psychiatric patient. Afilu B'Chadanami. Everyone would agree. Even one of these acts. Forget about the act. The fact he's acting like insanely like a psychiatric patient. That is for sure a shota. And this is where the Gemara is saying a shota for sure is someone who has psychiatric problems and he's demonstrating those psychiatric problems. He for sure is a shota, and that's included. That's clear from the Gemara over here. If there's no indication this guy has psychiatric problems, even if he does all these things, there could be other reasons why he does it. So the Gemara says, "Lo'olam dekavadu derech." Really, he's doing these things in an insane manner. We're going to see if the Gemara seems to imply that you need, while you're doing these things, to act in an insane manner. if he doesn't do anything, he's acting in the same manner, you can assume he's a shota. But if he's acting in the same manner and he sleeps in a base of quarters, the reason he's acting insanely and uh, sleeping in the cemetery, ruach tuma hudakavid. Really, he wants to act insanely. He wants to sleep in the cemetery in order they should be able to bring up an unclean spirit in order to see the future. He's acting insanely. Maybe it's somnambulism. It's a word for today. Somnambulism, walking in your sleep. A lot of people are subject to this problem that they just get up in the middle of their sleep and start walking, and he starts saying crazy things. And Makaris Ksusa, someone rips his clothing. See, he's one of these people that think too much. These people that write too much and they read too many books. They think too much. They start ripping their clothes because they're all depressed. If you have one of these problems, you start acting insanely. And that's a problem. So then, all these things you might think, Rav Huna says, even one of these things might classify as a shota. And my answer says, Kevan Davdinu Lakulu, Havalahu Kimi, once he does all of them, Kimi Shanagak Shor, Chamor, Begamal, the top of Dalam Nal, Vinasim Muad Lakol. Once he does all three of these things, Rav Huna holds. Then it's like he becomes like a shore. A shore, if it gores three times, it removes itself from the status of a tam. It becomes a muad, and you have to pay nezek shalem, not chasi nezek. If it's nogeach a shore three times, but the Gemara in Baba Kama also learns that if it's nogeach a shore one time, a chamor, a donkey, and a gamal, a camel, it still makes it a muad, and then it makes it a muad for all of them. Whatever animal it gores again, any of those three, it's a muad l'kulam. Here also, Rav Huna says that if he does all three, so it becomes muad l'kol. Amar Rav Papa Yishmile the Rav Huna hadistanya. If Rav Papa would have heard the brayso that says Ezu shotas and ma'abed it's kol mashanosim lo. People give him a lot of money, give him precious things, and he loses them. This happens. There are people like this. People, you give them precious things, they just don't care about them. They don't protect them. You don't protect them. That's considered a shota. Have a hadr he would have been choserbo from his classification of a shota that you need all three things. Ibayil, who the Gemara asks, ki have a hadr the Gemara is sure he would have reversed his decision. It means that instead of ripping your clothes, he would have inserted the classification of not protecting. People give you valuable things. In addition, you have to do also sleep in the base of kvaros, and you have to also go out yichidi b'alayla, go out by yourself at night. Oh, Dilma Mikulu have a hadr. Maybe this price is telling us, Rav Huna, what it's told Rav Huna, that there's only one important classification. That's basically when you can't protect things that are valuable. In which case, maybe he would even agree with Rabbi Yochanan that one thing, Rabbi Yochanan is Makaris, even one of them, and Rav Huna would agree with him. Maybe the only classification is someone who can't protect anything. It could be that's the halacha, that a shota is really considered someone who is not able to protect his own belongings, things that are valuable. You give him a diamond, you give her, or you give her a diamond ring, you give him a diamond necklace. You give him a Rolex watch, I don't know. You give her a Patek Philippe watch. You give these things, they can't protect them. That already makes them a shota. I think it's clear from this Gemara that if you act insanely, you act like a psychiatric person, you're for sure patur from calling mitzvos. And the Gemara is saying that if you can't protect anything, also that makes you a shota. Maybe even if you're not acting insanely while you do that. And the Gemara says, take it, we're not sure what the real understanding of Huna is. The Gemara continues, Tumtum and Androgynous. Tumtum and Androgynous are considered to be patur from all Israel and from the midst of going to the base of Mikdash. Tan Rabban and Zachor, it says in the pasuk Zachor, male, Lahotias Hanoshim tell you women are patur from going to the base of Mikdash, all Israel. Larabos Zachorcha, Larabos Esaktanim. Sorry, let's call it Zorchorcha Lahosi Tumtum and Androgynous. Zachorcha, with the extra chaf at the end, comes to exclude a tumtum androgynous. Tumtum has no gender signs. Androgynous has both organs. Kol zechorcha l'rabos es haktanim. Kol zechorcha is an inclusion, comes to include katanim. They are obligated in all Israel. Amar mar zachor lahotzi es hanashim. Zachor comes to exclude women. Halam malikra. Why do you know pasuk to exclude women? Michti mitzvah seishas man gramahu. It's a mitzvah that's time bound, right? You're only supposed to do it on the regalim. Chol mitzvah sheishas man garam. And Nashim Turas, they're exempt from that already. We have a klal. The Gemara in Kedushin learns it out from somewhere else. The Gemara says, Itzrach sakadai dechamina. No, there is necessary over here. Neilaf Ria Ria Mahakel. We learned Xera Shava like we learned yesterday. There's Xera Shava Ria from Hakel Malahala Nashim Chayavos. There it says specifically, it says Hanashim Ataf. It says the women are included. Just like Hakel women are included. Also Ria, all Ria women should be included. Kamashmalan, they're not included. Amar Mar is a churcha hotzi tumtum adragonist. A churcha comes to exclude tumtum adragonist, bishlam adragonist. If he has both a male and a female organ, it's tzarich sakadei dachamina who of isleis had zichus dechai. I need a pasuk to exclude him because you might say since he has a male organ, they should be included. Kamashmalan the birya b'fnei atzma who the chiddush of the Torah to exclude him is to say really an adragonist is not a male and a female. He's I guess binary. I don't know. Binary is not clear what you are. He's a birya b'fnei atzmo. Ela tumtum sveikahu. Tumtum is a sveika. He doesn't have. It's uncovered. We can't figure out if he's male or female. Meistra kralamute sveika. The pasuk have to exclude a sveika. Now, this line is going to be the shear of the Iyun Ben Sion. It is a very lumdish topic about the din of subject deraisa l'chumra. The Gemara seemingly on surface value doesn't make any sense really. We know the concept of deraisa l'chumra is really a din. According to a lot of Rishonim, din d'oraisa. So if Figdarash l'chumra tells you that you're chumra, you go l'chumra, he's chayiv, so then you should need a pasuk to exclude him. We'll see about that. It'll be the shear of Yom Metzin. Amar Abaye, Kshabeitzam l'chus Abaye answers. They were talking about a tumtum that's not a regular tumtum. He has his testicles outside of his body. He doesn't have the actual aver sticking out, but he has the testicles. Therefore, it comes to exclude him. Matnan. So the Gemara says, Amar Mar, Kol Zechurcha, the inclusion of Kol comes to the Rabo Saktanim. The include Ktanim, they are obligated in the mitzvah of coming to the base of Mikdash. Ratnan, it says in the Mishnah, Chutz Mecher Shot of a Katan. The Mishnah said that a Katan is exempt. So is he exempt or is he chayav? Amar Abaye, Lo Kasha, Kam Katash Gil Chinach, Kam Katash Lo Gil Chinach. If he didn't reach the age of that he's obligated to be Mechanech, and he can understand things. The Mishnah really defined that. According to Beis Shammai, he could is able to go on his father's shoulders. According to Beis Hillel, he's able to walk there. Then he's chayav. He's not a gil l'chinach. Then he's pater. So the Gemara says, "Kadosh gil l'chinach." Derabanan. It's derabanan. You don't need a pasuk to include it. It's not a daraisa. Inachanami. The Gemara admits you're right. The kra smachta ba'alma. The kra is really a support, but really derabanan. We know it is not because of the pasuk. Bela kra l'mayas. So on a daraisa level, what do you need the pasuk for? The kol. What does it come to teach me? The kedacherim. Teaching of Acherim. Acherim is another name for a mayor. Look at the end of Mesachas Horios. Acherim Omrim Hamakamet Samatzarif Nechoshes Apursi Pturim and Ariya. If you're someone who for a living we'll say you throw out garbage, you're involved in cleaning up after dogs. Matzarif Nechoshes is someone who smells copper. He's a copper smith. The Abursi, someone who tans leather. Pturim and Ariya. They're exempt from coming l'riya. Mishum shnero kol zechorcha. The Pasuk says all your zechorcha, all your males. Mishiyach la'alis and kol zechorcha. People that generally are able to walk with their fellow men. Yatzu ela she'en ruya la'alos and kol zechorcha. No one's going to want to stay next to these people. They smell very bad. So therefore, they're pater. So if you want to be pater from l'riya, you have an easy way out. Just become a garbage man. Nashim avadim she'enam mishuchrorim. The Mishnah says nashim avadim she'enam mishuchrorim are pater from riya. Bishlam nashim k'da amra. Nashim are pater, like we said before, like the Gemara Brisa said before. El avodim, you know, how you know avodim? Avodim k'tainim we're talking about. And avodim ivrim are chayiv. Amar Avhud, Amar Kra, El pnei Adon Hashem. Pasuk says you go to greet Adon Hashem. Mishein lo ela Adon Echer. Only someone who has one master. Yadzeh sheyesh lo Adon Acher. To exclude someone, an Evid Kaini has another master. The Gemara answers, Hamalal Mikra, Michti Kol Mitzvah says sheisha chayeves ba Evid chayev ba. Mitzvah she'ena isha chayeves ba ena Evid chayev ba. The Gemara la lami isha, when you have a klal, the Gemara learns, it says la, v'nasan la saver creases by a woman. When a get, it says la, and it says la by a shivcha charufa on Parshas Kedoshim, the Mitzvah Parsha. We learn Xera Shava over there, la lami isha, whatever a woman is chayev in, and Ev is chayev in, and whatever a woman's not chayev in, and we know a woman, the Brisa before earlier says a woman's not chayev in all Israel. So also the Ev is not chayev. The Mishnah is coming to include, to exclude someone who's half Evan, half Chorin, meaning he was owned by two shutfin, one shut of freedom, the other didn't. It's actually meduyik like this because it says slaves that are not freed. My she'enim mishachrorin. What does it mean they're not free? They're not free at all. Listening avodim, just say the word avodim. Why does it say she'enim mishachrorin? Why is it adding that? Elav she'enim mishachrorin legamre. It means they're free but not completely free. Mind you, that's the Mishnah is talking about that he's potter, and this Gemara is going with the maskana that Beisel is motor to Beis Shammai. That well, I mean, it's not so clear. I mean, it seems the Gemara, the maskana of the Gemara is actually going to Beis Hillel. And he's still considered an Eved. He's potter. According to Beis Shammai, you have to free him. You have to free an Eved. Once you have to free the Eved, so therefore he's mechuyev to go up. It could be technically even this Gemara is according to Beis Shammai. We're just talking about technically before he freed him, right? He has an obligation to free him according to Beis Shammai. Before he freed him, it takes time. You have to write the shtarchov. So therefore, before he freed him, he's not chayiv. Only after he freed him. If you're a lame person, or assume you're a blind person, a chola, an infirm, you're sick, azakin, you're an old person. These people can't walk properly. Tana Rabbana Regalim says shalosh regalim. Prat lebalikab, and that comes to exclude people with prosthetic legs, wooden legs. Now they make them out of aluminum. Davar acha regalim prat lechiger lechula lesuma azakin. Shani yachal alas baraglav. All these people, a lame person, a sick person, a very sick, he can't move. L'suma, a blind person, can't see where he's going. L'zakin, he can't walk normally. Maybe he has a walking stick, but he can't walk normally. L'zakin, elderly person, needs a wheelchair. Shani yachal alas baraglav. All these people are excluded from regalim. So the Gemara says, "Shani yachal alas baraglav l'suyim." It's a weird statement. What does it mean? What does it mean? He can't go up with his feet. What is it including? Amar Rav l'suye, top of Dalam and the Beis, befanki. It's talking about people that are very mifunak. Here in Israel, it's a popular word, mifunak. They're very spoiled people, luxurious people. They always have to wear shoes. One of the halachos in the Azara, in the Beis Hamikdash, you're not allowed to wear shoes. So a person's very delicate. They always want to wear the Crocs. They never want to wear barefoot. They don't want to wear barefoot. Since they don't want to walk barefoot, so therefore, and they can only walk with shoes, so therefore they're potter. Tana Aril Vatami Pturim and Ariya. The Brisa says more people are actually potter from coming to the Beis Hamikdash. And Aril, Rashi says this is a discussion for a different time. Rashi says talking about even Aril, that's a Jew that he's an honest that he can't get a bris milah because his brothers, 2 or 3 brothers, already died when they tried giving him milah. So he's potter from milah. He's still considered an Aril and he's not chayiv in mitzvahs re'iyah. Certainly someone who b'mezid didn't get a milah. Tamei, and someone who's tamei from tamei meis or a different tumah, pturim and re'iyah, they're exempt for re'iyah. Bishlam tamei, we know that makes sense. Dechsivu basa shama vesam shama. There's a hekesh in the pasuk. You should go there to the Beis Hamikdash. Vesam shama, you bring the korban. Kol sheyeshna mabiyah yeshna ba'ava. Kol she'ena mabiyah eno ba'ava. Anyone who can go into the Beis Hamikdash. Tamei is not allowed to go into the Beis Hamikdash, the Azara, because there's 2 months. There's kares for going into the Azara if you're tamei. So therefore he's not included in Havan, bring a korban. Ela Arel Minol, where in the Arel is excluded. Hamani Rabbi Akiva, this Brisa is authored by Rabbi Akiva. The Marabi La Arel Kitami, he considers an Arel on the same status as the Tami. The Tanya, where do we have proof for this? The Brisa says Rabbi Akiva, Omer Ish says by people have different missions or Azavim and Torah. The Rabos the Arel. It comes Ish. That extra word Ish comes to say this talking about. Azav and Mansora, certain people that have certain tumos. Ishish comes to tell you, an Arel is considered like a Tameh, so therefore, just like a Tameh we know from before is potter from Riyah, so to an Arel, according to Rabbi Akiva. Tanarabana, Tameh, potter min Riyah. Different Brisa says Tameh is exempt from Riyah. Dechsiv, Vasa Shama Besa, Shama, Kol Sheishna, Mabiyah, Yishna, Ba'ava, Ksheina, Mabiyah, Eino, Ba'ava. He can't come because of Kares, so he doesn't have to bring Riyochem, Dahavai, Omer, Mishur, Yehuda, Suma, Ba'achas, Me'inav. This is also we learned earlier. If he's blind in one eye, he's also potter in Riyah. Not only is he potter, it's not only if you're potter in 2 eyes, even if you're potter in 1 eye. Even if you're assuming in 1 eye, you're potter from Riyah. Shnemar Yira Yiroah. It's a Korean exib. K'derech shebal liros bukach bal liros. It says in the Torah Yira, and you read it Yiroah, or maybe the other way around. Yira comes to see. Yira comes to be seen. So k'derech shebal liros, just like Hashem comes to see you, kach bal liros. Ma bali ros b'shteinav, just like Hashem comes to see you with 2 eyes. Hashem is complete; He has 2 eyes. Afli ros b'shteinav. Also, the person who He wants to see, the Ola, Laregel, he has to have two eyes. He can't be a summa ba'achas meina. Rav Huna kimati la'ikra yira yira abachi. Rav Huna, when he got to this pasuk, this kriya and iksiv, he cried. Amar Evet Sharabo Matzapulo Leroso. He wants to see him so badly. Hashem wanted people to come la regal. Yireh, he wants to see them. Yisrachik Menu. This same God will distance himself from Klal Shel Ksiv Kisavo Leros Pana Bibike Jos Miyatchem Ramos Chatzera. This pasuk is not talking about Aliyah Regal. It's talking about Hashem is angry. A different time the Nevi'im are talking about Hashem is angry. There was a time Hashem is angry that they bring karbanos. Who tramples in my court? Hashem was angry. Rav Huna Kimatil Haikra Bachi. When he came to this pasuk, he was crying. Hashem wants you to come, eat the shlamim, bring shlamim, eat them in the base of Midrash. Evish Rab Matzapal Echol Al Shulchano Yisrachik Mimenu. He'll distance himself from him. Dechsiv Lamali Rov Zivchechem Yomer Hashem. A different time it says, Hashem says, why do you bring so many karbonos? Reb Lezer Kimati L'Hai Krabach. He came to this pasuk, he cried, V'lo Yachlu Echav Lanos Asel Knivelim Aponav. When Yosef revealed himself to his brothers, they couldn't talk. Just like he rebuked them, a human being, Yosef was rebuking them, and they couldn't even talk. When Hashem rebukes us the day of Din, after we leave this world, so too will be harsh. We're not going to know what to say. When he got this pasuk, he would cry. This is after Shmuel died, and Shaul was about to fight a war against the Plishtim. He was very nervous about it, so he tried to figure out whether he was going to win or not, or he was going to die. He raised Shmuel's spirit from the kever through a necromancer. Shmuel was angry. Shmuel, when he was brought up from the kever, he was afraid of din. Shmuel was a big tzaddik, obviously. So certainly, if he was afraid from din, so too we should be. Where do we know that in this pasuk that Shmuel was afraid of din? Olim. The woman said that when she was bringing up Shmuel, she said to Shaul, I see two people. Olim Trey Mashma. There are two people coming up. Chad Shmuel B'idach. Who is the other person? Now, Shmuel asked Moshe Bahadeh. Shmuel brought Moshe with him. He thought Shmuel, when he's being raised from the dead, he thought he was being raised for a din. So they wanted to bring Moshe with him, so he should be an aid for Shmuel, that he was Mekayim everything in the written in the Torah. When he came to the following pasuk, he cried, Yitin mafar piu layish tikva. This pasuk in Eicha, person will put his mouth in the dirt, ulayish tikva, will do tshuva, maybe there's hope. Amar kulei hai, he's going to put his mouth in the dirt, he'll do a real tshuva. And still it's only maybe he'll be accepted. Rabbi Ami Kimati Kra Bachi, when he came to the following pasuk, he cried, Bikshu Sedek, Bikshu Anava, Ulai Tisteru B'Yamach Hashem. If you're Mavakish, you truly want justice, you want humility, maybe you'll be hidden in the day where Hashem gets angry. Amar Kuli Hai Ulai, you're chasing after Anava and Zitkus, and maybe you'll be hidden. Rabbi Asi Kimati Kra Bachi, Sinu Rabba Avu Tova, Sigu B'Shar Mishpat, Ulai Yichanin Hashem, Lokei Tzvakos. Hate bad, love good, and sigu b'shar mishpan, and do proper din. Maybe Hashem will have grace on you. Kulei hai v'ulai. He's doing all these proper things, and maybe Hashem will have grace on him. We're going to stop here at this point, and we'll pick up with Ian Ben Sion in at 5 seconds from now. Here's the chopped liver. Buy some chopped liver for Shabbos. Chopped liver is really good. I really like chopped liver. There's a big discussion at the family table this week. What do you go with, chopped liver or the whole pieces of liver? I don't know. Obviously chopped liver. I don't know. People that like the whole pieces of liver, it's very dried. Even if you put all these sauces on it, it's not any good, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think. Take a poll. Bye.